Greetings and welcome back to another Weekly News Roundup. I hope everybody's doing fine on this fine Friday. We had like twice as much news as we had last week. Last week was like super light. I don't know why for some reason. And then all of a sudden we get hammered. I had to cut it down. We actually have 5 sections. I have privacy, smart tech, security, business, and silly. So we will have ourselves a fun little show today. And let's go ahead and have a look at our comments. Rudy LePlane, how's it going there? Great title, that's right. That's right. Watch out, the thought police are coming for you. Dan H, greetings, trolls. Don't you have some of my bidding to be doing? Hello, Sam, future pilot. How's it going there? Let's see. Feed cat, take catnip from catnip. Let's do this. Yeah, my cats have never liked catnip. I don't know why. I've just taught them to say no to drugs from a very young age. So they listened. Go figure. Still dumb as a brick and a way more heavy. Uh-oh. Let's see. Yeah, we got a new Biden bailout plan, I guess. I don't know. But don't worry. If everybody goes and gets the poke, we might be able to have a backyard barbecue on the 4th. Just so y'all know. Razzler Review. Here we go again. That is right. Nanduxus. Every form of authority is my enemy. Greetings, Mr. Anarchist. How are you? Moonbase Self-Grace. Take me to your leader. How's it going there? Hope everyone's doing well today. I am. Joseph is on with a recent health crisis and possible change in work schedule. The future of my presence in the live streams is rigged with uncertainty at the moment. No! Well, Joseph, you got to go ahead and get done what you need to get done. Things always change. I have a boatload more stuff going on in my schedule right now. So, expect no Saturday videos for a while. We will not have one tomorrow, of course. And I am still working on that Raspberry Pi one. I need to edit down a few more things, do a few more voiceovers. Maybe next week we'll have it out. Hey, maybe I'll actually push it out and have it done next Saturday. I don't know. But anyway, that is coming down. Low power OMV on Raspberry Pi. Very nice. Anyway, let's see. Dark days until 2030. Potential changes to my PC setup. Q4 OS Plasma install possible. Few flaws and popping up in Arch. I'll keep holding on as long as you can. Yeah, I haven't had anything really getting in my way. Drink catnip tea, but hate the side effects. Have to stay away from redheads for 3 hours. On Tico time, 8:02, man, you're losing your 15-minute break at 9. What? What do you mean 8:02? I actually started the stream early, man. Come on. It was like 15-30 seconds early. Let's see. Or maybe you're talking about your schedule. I don't know. So I think that Jimmy Carter had the right idea. Close the national debt, make it law, never to reopen it again. There you go. Well, we have only had one president in the modern era to actually give us a balanced budget, and that was Bill Clinton. Let's see. Happy Friday, working overtime again. Yeah, actually, I've wrapped some stuff up about 6:30 today. Pretty late. I did take an hour off the middle of the afternoon, though, to get some stuff done. So, anyway. Just got done talking to Amazon for a product replacement. The 4K Ultra HD Back to the Future trilogy I bought doesn't have any 4K discs in it. Uh-oh. Good evening, Keegan. Got a friend who's afraid of speed bumps. He still can't get over it. Nice. Happily connected to your T-Mobile home internet. Well, wait until the end of the news, Mark. You might not be as happy to be connected to T-Mobile internet. I'm on cause having a problem making a SEO work on an article I am writing and have the description boycott all CCM music. Oh, yeah, I know that fun SEO stuff. I've been doing some SEO stuff for one of my sites. By the way, if you're using WordPress, if you've not already upgraded to the newer version of the all-in-one SEO pack, just burn that thing with fire. Just drop it. I'm switching all my SEO on WordPress over to SEO Press. Infinitely better than all the other stuff that's out there. Very much like that plugin. So if you're on WordPress looking for good SEO. Let's see. Too much going on right now. Need to schedule a doctor's appointment for possible prescriptions and taxes to do. Yeah, I think I have everything ready to send to my accountant. I just haven't done it yet. Vince, how's it going there? Glorious sunny day down here. Might just stick around on the plant for a little while longer. There you go. Why not, right? Had to work more overtime due to our loads being stuck in Texas. Now everything's rolling in one after another. And over on Discord, looks like we just have a couple hellos, and ooh, that stomach did not like that onion. So let's go ahead and dive on into the news, shall we? We better dive into it early because, yeah, this could be a long show. Ooh, tea's still a little too hot. I'm serving up Cinnamon Stick by Bigelow today. Excellent tea, one of my old classic favorites. All right. Where is our privacy screen, and what is our first affiliate? I still have not changed my like... Yeah, ExpressVPN changed their logos like 2 weeks after I made my new banners. More work for me. Oh well. I think private internet access changed some things around and locked out all their old affiliates, and then they weren't answering their emails. So if there is a private internet access link still on my site because I haven't taken it down, I don't think I'm getting anything for that anymore. I don't know. They changed something in their system and something broke. So ExpressVPN, but I was on the fence on private internet access anyway, so I'll just stick with ExpressVPN for now. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's go and get started. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the Privacy Edition. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to catch the show live, engage in the comments and see it all as it happens, please feel free to stick by. Well, today we are looking at some privacy. We have some smart tech and we have some security in this section. So we might move a little bit quicker through the stories so we can make sure we get everything and keep the show length on average about what it usually is, 20-ish or so. And today we're going to start out looking at some things in Google. So Google TV is making a step towards multi-user support with kids profiles. I want to warn you about any of these services offering you kids profiles. And here is the reason why. We have in the United States a thing called COPPA. It's the Child Online Privacy and Protection Act. And this dictates that a company cannot collect data on kids. It cannot use data on kids for its various purposes without the express consent of the parents. All of these types of services that are the children's add-ons to your adult services, these include embedded in those terms of service an opt-out of COPPA, meaning that now they are allowed to grab, harvest, market to, and whatever other data with it. Now, they don't do it as deeply aggressive, and the reason is they don't want to fall under the array of, the Women's Defamation League or whatever the current one is for the anti-children commercial stuff. What is it? The Council for the Ad-Free Childhood, I think. You don't want to fall into that. But now, though, you can start tying into your Google TV account kids profiles, which are going to give you it's going to give you the children type themes, and you can set your bedtimes, you can set your daily limits. That's all right. You can restrict them from watching things like Peter Pan and Dumbo because those are meant for only adults' eyes now, apparently, in our crazy, crazy world. But you can basically set what types of things the kids are watching. So there are certainly elements that are positive, and certainly there's an appeal to it that some people may like, but you got to read those fine print. This will likely opt your children out of any COPPA restrictions. And I'll just tell you guys, just be a better parent and stick to screen times and know what your kids are doing. Don't rely on the technology to tell your kids it's bedtime. That would indeed be your turn, your opportunity to do. This is good. Movie makers are now suing VPN service for promoting and facilitating piracy. And this is an interesting one. For sure, I can understand a little bit about where this suit comes from. Some of the marketing done was Liquid VPN. Some of the marketing done by Liquid VPN seemed to say, hey, use our VPN to commit illegal activity. And we don't want to use a VPN to commit illegal activity. That would be stupid. If you want to use a VPN to keep yourself private or use a VPN to make sure that you have good encrypted internet when you are hotspotting off of somebody's, wireless internet at a Starbucks or something, I absolutely understand the purpose of a VPN. But to say, hey, we're going to use the VPN for the purpose of breaking the law, that becomes a problematic thing. And that's apparently what Liquid Web was doing. So he says, but again, it's a slippery slope, because this is the marketing message. The lawsuit notes that Liquid VPN's website claims the service is, quote, best VPN for torrenting and P2P file sharing today, end quote. So what? It's perfectly acceptable to torrent legal things on torrents. It's perfectly acceptable to engage in peer-to-peer file sharing, as long as you're not sharing illegal content or sharing copyrighted content. And who's to say you are, who's to say you aren't? Let's go ahead and seek the evidence rather than utilizing the lawsuit for a fishing expedition. And that is really what is interesting in this article. Of course, there's an entire section of the site dedicated to Popcorn Time, the free software BitTorrent client featuring an integrated media player. I've seen Popcorn Time once or twice. I've never actually played around with it. But really they're saying, quote, the Liquid VPN defendants further state, experience everything Popcorn Time has to offer in the United States and the UK, accept the risks. Stream content anonymously. Why bother risking complaints from your ISP, settlement demands, threats, and jail time for streaming your favorite TV shows? Now, here's where their defense will probably be. And it might actually be a good one to say, hey, there's been a whole lot of people utilizing these things as means of exploitation. Usually this was centering around the pornography industry, where people they might be watching something and then the copyright owner comes down and says, well, I'm going to blast your name out to everybody if you don't settle our lawsuit off the books. And then that'll go all public and everyone will know what you're doing under the, late at night on your internets. And so some people are doing this. And to me, that almost looks like what they're saying. Now, expressly mentioning Popcorn Time in their marketing, if they actually did that, that would actually be a bad thing in this respect. But at the same time, yeah, I don't really want my ISP to see what I'm doing. I don't really want all of these crazy companies to do it. And if this is the way to keep your ISP from becoming the nanny state on you, then maybe that is the appropriate thing to do. Homeland Security can now apparently track Monero. So this was one of the best cryptocurrencies for privacy, and it does turn out that after contracting and paying hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars, I guess it was millions of taxpayer dollars to this company, they are now able to apparently trace Monero, meaning that it is no longer specifically privacy. Now, they are pitching this as a good thing for Monero, that it can now be traced, because Monero was recently delisted by several cryptocurrency exchanges because of the privacy element. And now they're saying, hey, now that we can track you on it, it's no longer private. You can use Monero again. And they're like, dude, the whole point of using Monero was privacy. And so if you're using Monero specifically for privacy, the days of that might be out. So hey, go ahead and look around for the next private crypto to go ahead and use. Well, T-Mobile is going to start selling your web usage data to advertisers unless you opt out. So if you are using T-Mobile, you will have received an email about it. If you have not, hunt around on the website. You have until April 26th to opt out. And T-Mobile does claim that the data sharing is going to be anonymous. They go into here, what they're basically saying is the advertising IDs are used instead of customer names. Not particularly comforting. So I guess if you can get in there and block the advertiser IDs or change it every day. Can you even do that anymore? I don't even know. I know on Apple you can, block it, you can reset it, all these types of things. Those are the types of things you would need to do. And so T-Mobile is going to start collecting all that data and just selling that to marketers. So yay, whereas if we're not already paying overpriced cell phone bills, now they're going to be profiting both ends. They're going to be profiting off of overcharging us, and then they're going to be turning around and reselling that. This type of data usage should be illegal, but it's getting to the point now where these companies are so brazen that it's no longer, if you're not paying for it, you're the product. No, now you're the product even if you are paying for it. Now, Verizon, of course, they had their snafu a while ago. AT&T does does it. This is the note here from the article. AT&T automatically enrolls wireless subscribers in a basic ad program that pools them into different groups based on inferred interests, such as sports or buying a car. An enhanced version of the program shares more detailed personal information with partners from customers who opt into it. So there is a separate one you can opt into. On Verizon, likewise, pulls subscriber data before sharing inferences about them with advertisers with more detailed sharing program called Verizon Selects for users who enroll. It separates Verizon Media Division shares data against gathered through its Yahoo and AOL brands. So all of these companies are now basically effectively just marketing arms for their particular places. And that in and of itself is a somewhat problematic thing. So make sure if you are using T-Mobile that you are opting out of that information. Of course, I use Mint Mobile, tlm.li/mm for Mint Mobile, and you can actually use a prepaid credit card in Mint Mobile. You don't even have to give them your real name. All they basically need is the phone number you're going to use. They need your email address, which you can, make one up on Proton or something, and give them a prepaid debit card. And that's enough. $15 a month. You can get, you pay it in like 3 months at a time. You can get, I think they're up to 4. They up their data. I think it's 4 gigs of data now. It's their lowest plan. So that's what I'm doing. So they don't have a lot of that data. They might still have the user ID. Of course, Mint Mobile does use the T-Mobile network, but since it goes through them, you might have a layer of privacy. I don't know about that one way or the other. Just something to keep in mind that they at least don't know specific direct information because all they have is a prepaid card. So there we have it. HTC's new VR face tracker can scan your lips, tongue, and chin. There's a whole thing in here about Zuckerberg's like, hey, we don't do this yet, but this is a really good idea and I want to do it. So, yeah, be aware of that. These things are now starting to grab your facial identities, and how long before they're going to implement this into cameras in society and they're going to be able to determine if you're happy or not. The thought police are going to come and tackle you to the ground simply because it's like, his facial expression said he was mad about something. So there you have it. And EFF brings us scholars under surveillance. This is interesting. Looking at the different technologies out there, it does turn out that campus police generally have a lot more tech going on than your municipal police, which is an interesting thing. And honestly, it almost in a way makes a little bit of sense. But still at the same time, this is a little frightening. So they have some charts down here. We actually covered this a little bit before. But if you come on down to the chart, you can see who has what. So here in State College where I am, our local police don't do much of anything, although the local ordinances are trying to push the body cam stuff on them. But this local campus police, they actually have drones to deploy. So the local campus police can come and bust up your party of 3 people hanging out on the quad because you're not socially distancing or wearing a mask. They'll drone you out and Gestapo you out, but the local police just like, whatever. So there we have it. Except I think they have handed out like something like several hundred fines for social distancing orders. Yeah, I got to get out of this state, that's for sure. But they do have a lot of information here about how students are very often surveilled. We talked in the past about how some students, as a requirement for coming to campus, are required to put an app on their phone, perpetually keeping it on so they can be completely tracked all through campus. When is that little Star of David going to show up? I just really want to know. So that's kind of terrifying and frightening stuff. And on to our final article brought to us from Breitbart. You like them or you hate them, who knows. But they say here, China is using emotion recognition technology to arrest people. And we actually talked a little bit about this in the past. In fact, I said, yeah, this is going to be used against them in bad ways. So people in some service industries, like if you're the train operator or a bus driver, they are required in China to wear these hats which monitor all the things. And then some guys behind the telly screen there watching you all the time. If you show any signs that look like you're tired or distressed or anything like that, they're going to force you to take a break or whatever else. So they're moving now beyond this and starting arresting people. So China's state-run Global Times posted an article on Thursday that Chinese people are increasingly becoming accustomed to the use of emotion recognition technology, artificial intelligence that allows the government to track human feelings as a part of everyday life. And so what they're talking about in here is they're utilizing this emotional detection, and they have here, they illustrated the usefulness of the technology with an example in which police arrest passengers of a car after using artificial intelligence to discover drugs in the car. Emotion recognition technology tells the officers that the passengers are more nervous than the average person at a checkpoint, which they use as an excuse to search the car. See, here in the United States, they just take a drug dog, walk around the car, and the officer simply says, hey, I think there's something in here, so I'm going to execute a search. But the dog hit. What did the dog do to hit? Oh, he turned around and sniffed his butt once, I guess. I don't know, because I've seen some of these videos of these dogs hitting on the car. It's like, well, the handler is specially trained to identify it. If it's so specially trained that he has to identify it, I'm sorry, you don't have a legitimate hit on the car. And the same thing goes on for here. They have this emotional recognition software. Oh, you're a little bit more nervous than somebody else. We're going to use this as an excuse to search you. And yeah, oh, we found something. You're arrested now. So now the thought police are coming for you. If they detect that you are a more heightened, de-emotionalized state, then I guess they'll just go ahead and use this as a way to just find some dirt on you. I mean, you can be, cited for expectorating on the city sidewalks most places. That would be spitting on the sidewalk. So watch out if you hog a loogie out in front of the police station. But I guess that's the world that we find ourselves in. Well, if you would like to have a look at helping to support the channel, you can have a look at our VPN. ExpressVPN is our affiliate link for today. You can connect up to 5 devices. You can even, one of those devices could be a router, which is routing all of your traffic through a VPN. You can whitelist certain services to not require the VPN for those particular services. So you can buy this and then use it across a variety of different hardware devices that you have. So you can get for $100 an entire year of VPN service through ExpressVPN. $60 gets you 6 months, and $12.95 for a single month. So have a look at those, and let's go ahead and jump on over to, I think we're doing smart news next. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a long night. I sense it already. Alrighty. 9:30, and we got 4 sections left. Surfshark is Quantum Alpha's choice. Wonder if the local AutoZone will dispose of your old UPS battery for me. They should. Battery disposal is one of the services that they have. So definitely check it out. I dig the local AutoZone. That's my go-to place to go for car parts because the manager is completely anti-mask, and they will not force you to wear one in my town. I love it. All right. Cinnamon stick tea and onions. Ugh, I'm not having onions. I'm just having cinnamon stick tea. The onion thing was somebody else on the Discord chat. The burp scared you? What burp? Come on, man. I slid my coffee cup across my desk. Video quality is really great. I don't know what you did, but you have the new camera working well. Yeah, I think I just upped the stuff here, or I had the camera reset for recording outside, and I just never completely reset it yet. CJ did it. Yeah, cannons are sharp. All right, let's see. Ice cream with espresso mocha. I had some ice cream with Reese's Pieces in it today. Greetings, Anna Rita. How's it going there? Get the kids off the screen. 2 hours outside play every day where possible. There you go. I guess Mr. Potato Head isn't for kids anymore since we don't know what he really is. No, come on, man. You can't say that. Mr. Potato Head? No, it's just Potato Head now. They should charge the theaters for privacy. There you Half-baked idea of getting rid of, the potato. That's right. Since torrents leak your IP address, it's reasonable to use a VPN. Yeah. Grandkids don't have silly time to watch TV or movies. We're active. VPNs are for bedwetters? Uh-oh. Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to experiment with backing up partitions using GNOME disks. If it all goes well in VM, I'll go back to the Linux Mint partition, overwrite with Q4OS later. There you go. Timo, greetings, Timo. How are you doing? Haven't seen you around for a while. Backdoor in Linux kernel, they can spy on you. Well, if you can point it out to us, we'll disable it. Yeah. Jumping on briefly. Hope you and yours are doing well. All right. Well, I should be paid for using the internet where I get censored to lose rights to be spied on. Yeah. Shouldn't just call PCs telescreens and just tell the truth about it, 1984 style. That's right. Just started the $30 Mint Mobile plan 3 days ago. There you go. I think the $30 is, what is that? Like is that 10 or 20 gigs? I forget. See you later, Joseph. I think you're gone already, but see you later anyway. Police are actually thought police now. They're involved in political targeting right-wingers. Anybody they don't like to. Let's see. Thanks for the info about T-Mobile. Have to call them on Monday. In Germany, there's no info about that until now. Who knows? Maybe they're not allowed to do it in Germany. It's just America that's totally screwed up. She had a face mac and give us all a favor. Police are ex-hall monitors, but have the best steroids. Don't stay Gestapo them out. They're left opposite. Yeah. Vinny, keep my eyes on them. Gotta run. All right, Timo, we'll see you later. Is it the only intelligence? Let's see. I don't want to talk about the political stuff. I'm just gonna pass by the political comments. Let's see. Taking over Mectin for the goof. It was my dogs. Fell on the couch. Never mind. Let's make them go back to when you had to use a real potato. There you go. Oh, the 20 is the unlimited plan. All right. Or 40 a month. Okay, that's right. Yeah. College University, biggest scam in history, having a few PhDs. I know my words. Why'd you stick around that long, man? I got my doctorate degree, taught long enough to get debt-free, and got out of there. Yeah, man. All right. What's next? Smart Tech is next. So, first on Smart Tech, the very first smart speaker that had Cortana is getting Cortana removed. Actually, that already happened by now. March 10th, an update happened where the only smart speaker that used Cortana had Cortana stripped out of it because I guess Cortana is so bad nobody wanted to use it in a speaker. Like, who is using Cortana in a speaker? I would really like to meet these people. Like, are they like, is it a case? I mean, really, what's going on? But anyway, oh yes, talking about children's stuff, now the Fitbit Ace 3 leaks with new colors, tweaked designs, is reportedly launching March 15th. This, by the way, is the Fitbit for your children. May I remind you now that Google now owns Fitbit, and that whole thing I said earlier in the show about being careful what you sign your kids up for, these companies are able to collect it. It gets around COPA. And don't forget that Fitbit is now owned by Google. And so now you want to give your children's health data to Google. Y'all need a checkup from the neck up if you're buying these things. Let me tell you that. We do have the cool boy version. It's got a little disco ball here. I guess this is the girls version. Very, very gender-esque. And isn't that sexist now? Why do we not have the pink hairs whining and yelling and screaming about these, where clearly the girls' watch is purple and has the unicorn, and the boys' watch is black and red and cool and has a disco ball? This is like sexist all the way, guys. I wonder if that girls' one costs more than the boys' one. I mean, come on. Here's the boys' depiction again. Oh, we got some space scenes over here. And then it's the girls with a little unicorn over here. So there you have it, guys. This is the Fitbit for your little children. Lasts for up to about a week or so on a single battery charge, so that you can give all your fitness data for your children up to Google now as well. There we have it, folks. We got problems. All right. So I guess you have to watch ads everywhere now on your $1,500 TV. Yeah, you buy your amazing, I bought me a new 4K $1,500 smart TV. This thing's dual overhead cam sitting near the bush. All right. And I'm telling you guys, you're buying all these amazing stuff, and now they're going to be pushing ads all over the place. You know what doesn't push ads, guys? I have a Raspberry Pi on the back of my dumb TV with which interfaces with my NAS, and I can watch any movie I have. I actually have access to internet things. You can do access to YouTube. I don't do it access to YouTube on it, so I let my APIs expire. But you can do that, not a big deal. You can do, you can do BitChute on it. You can grab a lot of other things, a lot of other services, live streaming TV, all that kind of stuff without the ads on a Raspberry Pi in the back of your dumb TV. So I'm not sure why you pay $1,500 for an amazing TV to get advertised to, but this is the world where we are moving into. Yay! Advertisements absolutely everywhere, including where I've already paid a lot of money for things. And our final article, an OVH data center burns down, knocking several major sites offline. Even their redundancies were destroyed. So they said, all right, guys, our faithful customers, it is time now for you to deploy your catastrophe plans. Oh, you don't have a catastrophe plan? Well, screw you then. You read the terms of service. We don't have any of your data anymore. This, guys, is why you need to have on-site and off-site backups. You need to be prepared for circumstances and situations like this. This is somewhat catastrophic. Is this because OVH is terrible? No. I mean, I've not had good experience with them in the past, but they're not necessarily a terrible company. It just happens that, yeah, they all just kind of burnt down, and that knocked a lot of stuff. OVH is basically one of the biggest cloud hosting servers that's not in the United States. They do host a lot of websites and a lot of data knocked down because of this. So there we have it, guys. Why is this in smart? Simply because all that smart tech could have been on those OVH servers. Guys, this is the time to not restart it. Yes, catastrophic loss of all these IoT devices. Let's move forward in a brave new world of no IoT. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at some security news next. Gonna leave 10 seconds to edit. Easy. And first in security, we have is it SIDA, I don't know, whatever it is, data breach. This is apparently a organization that conglomerates a lot of different services from a lot of different airlines. So they had a data breach affecting millions of travelers from several major airlines. So Star Alliance, One World Airlines. I've been out of the flying loop lately. Great, that's all we need. One World Airlines, folks. What, is it piloted by Satan himself? My lord. Anyway, One World Airlines is affected. So the representative told Bleeping Computer that the intrusion impacts data of passengers from the airlines listed below. All companies have already informed their customers or issued public statements about the breach. So is it Lufthansa? Air New Zealand, Singapore Airlines, Scandinavian Airlines, SAS, Cathay Pacific, Jeju Air, Malaysia Airlines, I wonder if they ever found that, and Finnair. So those are the ones that were affected. Large number of carriers are likely impacted by it. Declined to name them before they published statements about the breach. Seriousness of the data security without disclosing individuals have been impacted when the attack occurred. Basically, they got a lot of data. Let's see if we had, let's see. Oh, there's some car rentals there as well. I can't remember exactly what all they got, but basically they got a lot of details. So if you're a regular traveler, whoops. New ransomware only decrypts if you join their Discord server. You would think this would be easy to figure out who's behind it, but I guess you would be wrong. So, haha, everything's encrypted. Join our Discord server, you pleb. Yeah, that's interesting. New ransomware called Hog encrypts user devices and only decrypts them if you join the developer's Discord server. Okay. All right. Let's see. The decryptor for the Hog ransomware requires victims to join the Discord server to decrypt the files. They were able to later find the encryptor component for the ransomware, which when executed will check if the particular Discord server exists. If it does, it begins to encrypt the victim's files. Encrypting the files, it will appear to append the .hog extension shown below and automatically extract the decryptor components. So there we have it, guys. Yeah, join the Discord server and decrypting your files. There you go. Invite was invalid. Yeah, okay, whatever. So there we have it, guys. They're getting weird. They're getting interesting. And, you know, with how much data Discord collects on people, it's very, I mean, you'd think they'd figure out who it is, but I guess not. Security startup Verkada has a hack that exposes 150,000 security cam footage. Tesla factories, jails, and more. So your security company was hacked. Just not good for business. We're famous for being the security company that was hacked. That's like buying filet mignon at McDonald's, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So basically, they got in. Let's see. It didn't say how they got in there. Can't remember. I read these articles too long ago, apparently. I need to read them more frequently. But anyway, they also came under fire for accusations of sexism and discrimination. Okay. Was this the company that was... Yeah, this is the company that was secretly photographing and posting pictures of the... Oh, God, I remember this company now. Just burn them with fire. Guys, if you're using this company, just burn them with fire. I do remember now. This is the same company that they were putting secret cameras watching their female employees, and then they were posting it on a Slack channel. So everyone could, you know, get their jollies off of watching the female employees be slaves or something. I don't know. But, yeah, let's just do away with that company at this point. They're hacked, getting breached. And here is now a new Linux malware. I say it's a new Linux malware. It's more of an older one. So this seems to only be infecting older unpatched Red Hat systems. So you can see it's the red XOR. So the backdoor masquerades as a Polkit daemon with similarities found between the malware and those previously associated with Winty Umbrella. So basically, it just kind of gets in there. It mimics some of the services, and then it waits for some extra commands later on. Basically, just creates a backdoor in your Linux. And if I can remember where it was in the article here, it basically said that it functions on older unpatched devices. So IoT devices, old Red Hat servers, things like that were what were affected. Well, you can head on over to the Subscribe Star page if you'd like to help support the channel. Subscribestar.com/switch-to-Linux. You can jump on in over there. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you in the next video. Alrighty. Business in Sillyville's left. All right. Yes. Yes. We posted the iCloud, Amazon Cloud, IBM Cloud, OVH Cloud. It's a big old cinder file over on Discord. That's epic. All right. Let's see here. Vintage motherboard in the background. Ooh, I'm Tom, though. Tim would be my brother. Why some comments not shown on my side? Probably because I have top chat listed for some reason. Because that's exciting. Let's see. That just threw me down the bottom though, so I don't know. My apologies. I just switched over to live chat, but that probably cut out a whole lot of. Oh no, actually, let's see. Yeah, YouTube doesn't keep your live chat / top chat feature in memory for some stupid reason. GNOME disk didn't work for me. Using virtual clone drive also didn't work for distro hopping. The only thing that worked was time shift, but only after you recreated the partitions. Can't believe anyone falls for smart tech. The only thing I want to be connected to the internet is my computer. I know, right? I have Alexa installed and you are a stupid idiot and plays. Yeah. Sure, I got through childhood without a Fitbit. I did too. If any TV starts giving me ads in the UI, it will get the sledge. Yeah, there you go. It's agreed with ad blocking. Yeah. We all just switch to Antics? No, I'm not really interested in Antics. Poisonally, but I do have MX on my writing computer. Web video experience is so modern, crisp, and clean. All right. Okay. Apparently, Microsoft stopped the disabling of Microsoft security. They accidentally fire autopilot. More upload would be great when I'm... Yeah, okay, let's see. Use Arch, but I'm told myself that if it crashes, I can't fix it. Be installing Linux Mint at that point unless they force updates. No, Linux Mint said they're not forcing updates. You can turn off their recommended tool. Oh, there you go. There's the ads in the TV. Yeah, on the Discord server. Is that Quantum Alpha again posting? Yeah, Quantum Alpha posts the scene from Office Space. Yeah, if this is what happens when there's ads in the TV. I did Office Space a printer once. It was pretty fun. It got the pickaxe. Let's talk some out of DDR3 RAM in there. All right. Time to move to Matrix. Uh-oh. Maybe we should create a Matrix channel for the live chat. Although I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. Like when the owner of LifeLock was dumb, let's put his social on the commercial. Yeah, he got hacked a lot. He had his social security, he had his identity stolen 7 times. Because LifeLock sucks. It doesn't do anything. All it does is lets you know when somebody's doing it. It's like, it's like an alarm. It's like, hey, someone's trying to break in. All right. Except it's a silent alarm. I don't want to scare them away. I want to catch them in the act. Yeah, all right. Our back the moms are busted for letting our waist-high private eyes from getting ready for bed. Stream looks exceptionally clear tonight. Oh. Apparently my stream looks exceptionally clear tonight. I didn't do anything different that I know of. However, Joe, if you haven't logged in for a while, and I haven't seen you on the chat for a while, if you haven't logged in for a while, we're using the DSLR for the camera feed now. As of the beginning of the year. Some guys funded the purchase of a capture card, so we're just using the good Canon camera. assume Tom has identity. No, I didn't have my identity stolen. Not that I know of, anyway. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and jump on over to our last one. Not our last one. This is our business news. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business and the silly edition of the news. You can catch the show live Fridays 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch everything in the full live drama. Participate in the chats and etc., etc. Let's go ahead and dive on into the business news. First, we have a couple updates. The demand for a fee to use the password app LastPass sparks backlash. For clarity, the article didn't do as good of a job at. They weren't forcing people to pay for the subscription. They're just forcing you to pay for the subscription if you wanted to use it on multiple device types. You could use it on several cell phones, but not computers without paying for it. Or you could use it on computers, but not cell phones without paying for it. And so that caused a lot of backlash. It turns out in this time that Bitwarden saw like a 400-fold increase in growth, which is good because absolutely, guys, Bitwarden is definitely a better service. And I believe that I saw a brief note today on Mastodon that they now have a file sharing service as well. So that's actually kind of neat. So there we have it. And we covered the article last week about Verizon basically tweeted to turn off 5G because it was consuming too much battery. Not that 5G takes more battery power. It's that any phone, when it's searching for a network, will consume a lot more power than when it's not. And since there's so few 5G networks, it spent all the time searching for networks and was killing the battery in the process. So turning off 5G and going back to LTE meant that your phone had a lot stronger of a battery life. Well, this week they are doubling down on this, and it turns out that Verizon's new version of 4G LTE actually is still better than the 5G version. So why you would spend the extra money to get the 5G phone and the 5G plan and all this kind of stuff, it's pretty much nonsense. I'm not exactly going to be looking into it. So yeah, apparently the upgraded 4G is infinitely better than the 5G. So let's see if we can have a look at the chart here and identify what's going on. So here's site 1. Okay, so okay, and I don't know the difference here. There's a UWB 5G and there's the DSS 5G, and this is the new 4G. So you can see that other than the UWB 5G, the 4G is pretty much outperforming. It's fairly similar here. So yeah, go ahead and get the 4G. Definitely better. Of course, they only tested test one. Dude, they're like 20 feet from each other. What? I don't know. Never mind. But apparently, once again, we don't need any of this nonsense. Just go ahead and keep your 4G. That's definitely a good thing to do. Well, for you guys that do need to use Windows and like the Surface devices, I'm not sure why, but if you do, you actually will now have AMD options in addition to Intel options. So this is actually a pretty good thing. So you guys can get some AMD options. No Ryzen Mobile 5000 at this point in time, but you will be able to get them in a variety of different formats. So let's see. Currently, 15-inch Surface Laptop 3 can be spec'd with a Ryzen 5 3580U and Ryzen 7 3780U. They'll be upgrading the AMD processors in the new models, but not the Ryzen Mobile 5000. And then, of course, you can still go with the Intel ones as well. So you guys looking for Surface devices will have that as an option. And of course, while updating that, they forgot to check some basic QA, make sure that printing a document won't crash your entire computer. But that is the latest Windows update snafu. So not always DNS. Sometimes it's the printers. Yes. So if you attempt to print something, it's just going to crash your whole computer. Windows Update is wreaking havoc again. This time it's KB5. Is that? I think that's 5000802. And that is for newer Windows builds. Older ones is KB500000808 or 822. So any one of those will possibly cause a crash in your Windows system when you attempt to patch something. So there you have it. Once again, Windows definitely showing us that, hey, they are masters at breaking their computers. And this is an interesting one. Want to borrow that ebook from a library? Sorry, Amazon won't let you. So what's going on here, now speaking from somebody in the publishing world, when you publish your books, you can publish to a lot of different places. A lot of authors right now are directly publishing to Amazon and foregoing the other places because it's one place to manage. The majority of your sales are going through Amazon anyway, and you can still push out the distribution, the expanded distribution. The problem with this, though, is that Amazon, they want to sell the products. They don't want to lend them out to libraries or things like that. So if you are utilizing Amazon for your books, you may not be able to borrow them if you have a deal exclusively with Amazon. This is why, while I do upload to Amazon, I do not do any of the exclusive deals with Amazon, allowing me to use the other places like Ingram to push my books out as well, which will get my books into libraries. And really, you don't make a lot of money when I rent a book out at the library. I think I make anywhere from like 3 to 15 cents or something if you read my book from the library versus $3 or $4 if you buy it. So that's really the difference. But Amazon is basically going and not wanting to rent books to libraries. I don't know why specifically. I mean, I guess I understand, but the library has to buy a digital copy for each one that is currently lent out. And so Amazon should still be making some money on it, just not as much. But yeah, they're not really interested in that because that's what Amazon is. They've taken all this time to kill the majority of the book sales. Now that they are the dominating player in that, then, hey, they can go ahead and make all the rules that they want. And our final story in the business section is that Samsung and MasterCard are working on a fingerprint payment card. Aim is to add extra security and reduce physical contact points. I'm not a huge fan of this. I don't really want my cards with bio IDs on them. I don't want them with the RF frequencies either. Chips, I don't care if it has the chip or not. The chip was just an extra form of security, all things being said at the end. But this, I just don't want biometrics on this. I don't want them to get the card and be like, all right, now that you have your card, go ahead and log in with your app and scan this information in, and we're going to upload the picture of your thumbnail up to the app, and we'll go ahead and do that. And no. And so you can actually go ahead and I'm going to read the article here. Samsung, MasterCard teaming up. Let's see. They said the cards will adopt a new security chipset from Samsung's LSI business that integrates several key discrete chips rather than using MasterCard's current tech. So the aim is to increase security while decreasing physical contact points as your fingerprint is scanned directly from your own card and not an external point-of-sale device. However, the card is compatible with MasterCard's authentication tech and can be used as any MasterCard chip or POS terminal. So there we have it, guys. We could start getting cards with biometric markers embedded into them, and that's just an amazingly scary and frightening thing. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, we do have a series of affiliates. Today we are highlighting A2 Hosting. So this is where I hosted stuff for a long time on A2 hosting. I've moved over to Linode for my client stuff simply because of licensing fees and the fact that I host so many websites. I could no longer get a better deal on A2, but for single individual sites or other special cases, A2 is still an excellent hosting. They actually pick up the phone and talk to you with people who actually live in your country, and that's an amazing thing. You can actually get up to 72% off if you use my affiliate link, tlm.li/A2H. Well, that will be linked in the description down below. So the way these introductory plans work here is you pick up the introductory cost and you start with these, and then you can buy as much of this as you want up to 3 years at this rate. And then after that, it gets billed at whatever the standard rate is. So $10.99 is the monthly, and then it will actually drop down a little bit if you buy, 6 months or a year or 2 or 3 years. And so there we have it. We have a variety of different hosting options from shared, reseller, VPS, or dedicating hosting. So definitely have a look at A2H for your hosting needs. Now let's have a look over at Sillyville. Okay, so where's my Sillyville? Hello. Did you see hello? No, I said hello. That's close enough. All right. Elon Musk and Bill Gates both have something in common. They both broke Windows on stage. Somehow don't trust MasterCard and Samsung together. That's right. Yes, I agree. I agree. Spent guy, Manjaro is good arch. Never breaks. It used to break. Become a victim of an earthquake. But I'm in Minnesota. Hey, in Ohio, they have a nuclear power plant on a fault line. How's this for brilliant engineering? Manjaro KDE was the only version that worked for me. Been trying it out recently. Had mine stolen, but after they saw my bank records, they gave it back. Crap! We got it bumped! Have to use Ubuntu Studio on triple boot setup for music, but doesn't work with my current network card. Ooh, that's not good. Try out AV Linux. See if AV Linux will work for you. Although if you can't get Ubuntu to work with your network card, I highly doubt Debian will. But hey, try it out anyway. 5G service, Minnesota and Dakotas are 5G rich. Then we can't find 3G or 4G anywhere. Wish AV Linux would use regular user login, etc. Okay. Hey, you got to the AV Linux before I did. All right. I said T-Mobile. Yeah, I have 4G LTE, and it's great. There you go. Ubuntu's trashed me. If it weren't for Ubuntu Studio, I'd never use it. Yeah. Broke Mint, you'd need a medal. I broke it once. I erased all the kernels. It was broken anyway. Let's see. LTE is slower. Not on that. Just better with Linux, AMD or Intel. Yeah, I mean, they're both pretty good. Running my AMD and running my Intel computers, I don't notice any real significant difference. I personally prefer AMD. It's cheaper for the same performance level and more friendly to open source. That's my take. So I don't have the choice. I go with AMD. Dang, from 19.3 to 20 broke on a VM and physical computer for me. Oh, really? Yeah, I did not have any problems upgrading from 19.3 to 20 on Mint. Positive updates for 30 days come straight back. It's ridiculous. You know, it's good when Microsoft admits they use Linux for a project because it's much less bloated. Okay, Tech News 2030. Windows update, first time without blue screens. Also, Microsoft now switched to Linux. I use Kobo. I can borrow books in the library using OneDrive. Using Overdrive. I didn't think you were using OneDrive. Poor Jeff not making it enough still. Uh-oh. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, man, he's only made enough money to pay everybody's salary on Earth twice. He needs to get it 3 times. Then he'll really open up with his and be generous. You can now scan your card to gain access to the internet for a possible movie watching scam. There you go. Yep. Hold this. Get a fingerprint scanner and give CIA your fingerprint. Great idea. I know, right? Fingerprint on a place with your name on it. Busted. Yep. There you go. Who is master? Who is slave? I don't know, but you're not allowed to use master and slave anymore. It's got to be, was it dependent and independent? I forget. I don't know. Video to set up Java with VS Codium. I don't know, maybe. Send it an email and I'll look into it. Nuclear plant on a fault line? Shocking. Or is it aftershocking? It is aftershocking, definitely. Over there in Discord, Quantum Alpha says AMD is definitely better. AMD, and what are you doing? Cheering? AMD, 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 AMD! That's right. All right. Oh, he has my fingerprints. I have concealed pistol license. All right. Yeah, I should look into getting a federal carry permit. That'd be fun. My Pennsylvania carry permit only allows me to get into like 35 states or something, but no fingerprints required. Curiously in Wyoming, not sure if they've changed it, but they have carry conceal without a permit. But if you want a permit, you have to go get firearm training. So you can carry a gun without a permit all day long as you've lived there. You're carrying your driver's license, and you don't have, any violent crime in your past. You're allowed to just carry. But if you want to carry conceal, you have to go get training. It's weird. I don't know. Let's see. Can't get a federal permit, only a federal sales license. Okay, yeah. It's possible to get a federal carry permit. It's just they're highly restricted. I don't know what all is involved in all that, but anyway. Shall we go to Sillyville, folks? Let's go ahead and go to Sillyville, and then, hey, we might actually still wrap up about on time. We could be done in 10 minutes. Let's have a look. So Sillyville, brought to us from the Christian Post. Once again, another state is trying the impossible. We're going to pass legislature requiring porn filters on mobile devices sold in the state. These misguided politicians need to stop trying to do something involving in tech. Too easy to get around it, guys. This is not the first state. Was it North Carolina or South Carolina tried this as well? Which was easily defeated. If you want to help people, here's what you need to do. You need to pass a law forcing a consumer to be able to access the bootloader and the internal system processes. That's what you need to do. The reason for this is quite simple. If I use the phone so that I can unlock the bootloader, because I can go in there, I can edit the system files, I can add all those blockers myself. I can't get on these nasty sites with my device. So they won't accidentally pop up on my device either, because I've edited the system files with massive host files. I'm sure some new one could finagle its way in there somehow. But for the most part, my phone is protected against this stuff. And that's what you need to do. This way, if a parent really deems that their child having a smartphone is a necessity, they're beyond crazy at that point anyway, but nevertheless, if they do, at least they have the capability of blocking services on that phone that they don't want. So we need to have the ability to edit and customize our phone on a root level. I'm not saying it has to be easy. I'm just saying it has to be possible. So that's the thing, because this legislation, this is not going to help. There's too many ways around it. This is just misguided nonsense coming out going, well, we're going to do this. It's for the children. And you don't even know what in the world you're doing. So there we have it. That is silly. Mark Zuckerberg envisions a future where you could use AR glasses to teleport in for in-person meetings. So you just put on the AR glasses and then automatically you'll be in the room with your full-fledged life-size avatar. And the Zuck Schmuck will be over here controlling what's going on. And I absolutely love this picture down here. This photograph, guys, represents the real world where we are moving towards. You will notice that all these low-level, bottom line society people, the working class as it were, they are all completely blind to everything in the world. Everything is fed to them on their own augmented reality. They are themselves just the epitome of this is you're seeing what we see. And here comes the social elite, the ruling class. Zuckerberg himself. Notice he's the only one in this photograph without some stupid thing on his face. Well, that is the world we are getting to, guys. And you know what? I don't really want to be teleported with VR reality into the meeting room with the people. I got news for you. If you don't want to open up the office, we can do just as good on a call on, please use something like Jitsi rather than Zoom or things like that. Use Jitsi, use Matrix, whatever else. They'll all support the video calls and stuff. Use that, and we can understand the fact that we are interfacing with each other in our own respective offices and actually doing online collaboration without the nonsense of having the childish, ooh, look at the VR. Oh, we're now in the office space together with our lifelike avatars. What is this nonsense? We are a culture of infants, I'm telling you. Well, we just can't go a Sillyville without something related to the coof. And so now, apparently, artifacts from the first COVID-19 vaccination in the U.S. are headed to the Smithsonian. Because, Lord forbid, we forget the heavily rushed, highly controversial vaccine, which half of it is made from engineered mRNA and the other half is made from aborted fetuses, for a virus that kills the elderly and otherwise doesn't do much else to the population, that completely destroyed society, not because of impacts of a virus, but because of the stupidity of a government. Great. Let's immortalize this. As long as we put a giant placard up there that says society is stupid, this is the proof. Moving on. Well, iCloud bug locks out a user with the surname of True. Apparently, if your name is True or if your name is false, you will get locked out. I guess it's just True because they didn't have hardening on their system, and the database, the code will read that last name as a Boolean variable and crash out. So iCloud stopped responding. An error has prevented the application from working properly. So error type cannot set value true to property last name. Whoops. So yeah, I'm sure they'll get an update on that one, right? So I wonder what happens if your last name is 1. Anyway, so there we have it, guys. There we have it indeed. Well, Sacramento makes do-it-yourself auto repairs illegal. We actually covered this a while ago when the first iteration of this law came down. First iteration of the law came down and basically says, hey, you can't do certain types of work. This one just goes even further. It's weird. So now they've added minor repairs to the new code. So minor adjustments, service and repairs to automobiles or other passenger vehicles. Examples include, but are not limited to, radiator, transmission, muffler, brake repair, lubricant shops, diagnostics and tune-up, smog inspection, auto class auto glass repair and installation, automotive seat covers, reupholstery, tire sales, service, and car washes. So sorry, guys. You are no longer allowed to have your cheerleading fundraiser with the car wash station. That is now illegal in Sacramento. It shall not include body and engine work as defined in major auto repair. So the idea here is they're trying to prevent, everybody and their brother from starting a quasi work at home garage. That's what they're trying to do. The problem, one of the other elements in the law is you're only allowed to work on your own car. Well, that's a little weird because, I have a friend and he needs some car repairs from time to time. Maybe his brakes aren't working right. And I know how to repair brakes. I have done my brakes on my car for, the last 10 years. I'm still here and I've never had a brake failure. So in reality, my friend could come over and we could work on the brakes in the car together. You're not allowed to do that. Sorry, no more hanging out with your friend and one of you guys that knows what you're doing, teaching the other guy that doesn't know what you're doing. You're not allowed to do that anymore either. So this is just kind of insane. So now you are allowed to change disc brakes. They say more trouble allows vagueness on restricted parts and tools. Oh, yes. You're allowed to change disc brakes, but the law does not say anything about drum brakes. But you're not allowed to use a socket wrench. Why? Because that's something you find in an automotive shop, not in a common toolbox. I have never seen a common toolbox without a socket wrench in it, people in California. Maybe y'all need to go work on your cars for a weekend or two rather than hiring out somebody on the taxpayer dime to repair your cars. But it's California, so the whole place is falling apart anyway. So basically in their assessment, yes, Sacramento County is turned into one giant HOA. Proponents of the law argue it's meant to prevent scammy fly-by-night shops from popping up in residential areas. But so far, mainly personal car owners have felt the weight of the new code. Well, that's exciting. And of course, if we didn't already know it, the DMCA is completely broken. This is one of these DMCA spamming companies that's just trying to basically copyright common things. He is now copywriting individual words, like outstanding. The word outstanding is copyrighted according to this guy, and you cannot use the word outstanding in your product review. To do so is a violation of his copyright, and he is issuing DMCA takedowns of reviews that use the word outstanding. Yep, DMCA is broken. They are, let's see. Think Mobile doesn't restrict its searches to long phrases. It identifies shorter combination words, including verdict. We highly recommend it. And click and export. To say this is causing issues. The click and export takedown notice, for example, lists URLs from adobe.com, google.com, microsoft.com that have absolutely nothing to do with software review site. As much as I'm not a huge fan of either of those companies, I would really like it if some little copyright troll tries to hit Google, Microsoft, and Adobe at the same time with a copyright takedown for the word click and export. I would love to see the full force of the Google, Adobe, and Microsoft lawyers teaming up and smashing a little copyright troll. I would pay money to see that. That's just glorious. But that's how insane DMCA is. So yeah, maybe we definitely need some copyright changes here. Well, you can help support the channel over on Patreon, patreon.com/TOMM. You can head on over there. This supports my 3 channels, the Linux channel, the writing channel, and the Christian channel as well. So all those are there. So with that, folks, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. All right, let's see. 2023, Intel would be no more. AMD. Only Irishman who actually walked past a pub without staggering. Uh-oh. Media falls for Tim's tweet calling to impeach the Queen of England. Yeah, good luck with that. Off with her head. Next year, you will need a permit for sharp kitchen knives. Well, is that not already a thing in UK? Do I have some UK guys on? Did I not see something? Maybe it was all of UK. Maybe it was London. You're not allowed to have knives with points on them, I think. Did I see that right? Can somebody check into that and verify that? I do remember something about that. You need the permit to put the bullets in. There you go. Pass law that requires people to gain common sense because many are proving how uncommon it is. Yeah. Most politicians don't know what a bootloader is. I know, right? They think a bootloader is a foot. Common sense is against the law. That's right. Remdesivir did the trick with me. All right. Which isn't even a vaccine. It's renamed gene therapy drug, only called vaccine to limit liability. Yeah. COVID-19 is yet to be publicly displayed, has yet to be proven to exist. Let's see. How about the dead body in the trunk? About changing a tire, yeah. I think you're allowed to change a tire. If true equals true, when false, else true. Uh-oh. Missing more than one tool in our toolboxes. I have socket wrenches and I'm a programmer. I know, right? I'm not the bastion of all this stuff, but yeah, I have socket wrenches too. I have multiple socket wrenches. I have a 1/2 inch and a 3/4 inch socket, a 3/8 inch socket wrench. Come on, guys. Now, words are copyrighted. I know, right? Outstanding. Sue me. Well, that was just an outstanding comment. Cows are outstanding in the field, but outstanding over a barbecue. That's right. California, a few sockets short of a set. End of Kittyville already? Yeah, I know, right? Missed the T-Mobile story completely. I must have. Yeah, it was in the first one. Yeah, T-Mobile. They're gonna start selling your data. Socket wrenches at home. I do not work on a car and I have sockets. I know, everyone has sockets. Something about knives UK, but everyone's forgotten about it by now. It's unenforceable. All right. Moonbase Alpha, you're flying off to Mars. Bring me back bring me back a Mars bar, please. I'd appreciate it. Quantum Alpha is going to copyright the letter A. Sweet. Copyright the words if, then, else. Then you can go after every software manufacturer ever. There you go. Woo, I must be getting tired. Bad night to have explosive diarrhea. Yes, it is. Isn't every night a bad night to have explosive diarrhea? I mean, really, guys. Really. All right, let's feed this beast and then get out of here. Oh, socket wrenches aren't sent. Now you're just trolling the Californians. All right, let's feed this beast. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. All right. Yeah, got a word out of that one. Yep. My computer used to have sockets. Socket 7. There you go. Tonight, so I'll make the deadline. Yep. Telling people for PR reasons, yeah. I'm half Scot and a half German. That's why I'm such a cheap kraut. There you go. Look terrible if they didn't give their whole uncarrier gimmick. Yep. You use a power drill when building a computer once. Now that's just nonsense. It was outstanding episode. Why, thank you very much. How heavy is that cat? Last I knew, he's like 11 or 12 pounds. So he's up there. He's up there. Oh, got the new bumper stickers for the Rovers. All right. All right, guys. Well, we will catch you guys later. No show tomorrow. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. We may or may not be back to live streaming next Wednesday. I said last week that there was a live stream on Wednesday, and I completely forgot I had a car appointment. So, whoops. And so it's like, oh, well, I just won't bother. So I did record something, though. So we'll either record something for you guys on Wednesday, or we will do a live stream. Who knows? We'll figure it out. My whole schedule's up in the air right now these days. So anyway, guys, we will catch you later. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I hope that you all enjoy switching to Linux.